Yeah, you want your mama? Okay. There she is, Mama. And there's Cloudy.
Morning, everybody. Rick here, little Rick. LaLa Farm. Dad was asking me this morning if I mind if he calls me Little Rick on the channel. He's been calling me Little Rick forever. Because once upon a time, I was the Little Rick. Now I'm the Big Rick. But he's older, so he's Big Rick. Anyway, let's go past it already. Starting to ramble. Last night, before I headed back to the house, we had some babies drop. Old Pearly Girl, I got some footage last night. I'll go ahead and I'll insert here. Pearly Girl gave us a boy and a girl. As y'all know, Pearl is a 100%. I think she's a 100%er or purebred boar, and then we crossed her with one of our Kiko bucks, and so we have some Kiko boars with a Kiko daddy and a boar mama. And so we're gonna see how that goes. These are purely either ends up being a pet goat for someone who decides that they want to go ahead and purchase one, or they turn into a market animal. And that's, some people, they would hate the fact that, you're raising an animal for more or less slaughter for human consumption. And but that's just a way of life, honestly. And Pearly Girl, that's my daughter's goat. That's Nene's goat. And she was happy as all get out to have kids last night. She's calling herself a grandma. And but in the big scheme of things, Pearl, she's serving a purpose by giving us some goats to, like I said, either someone purchasing them for just a farm animal, for a pet, or like I said, they go to market. Anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and, like I said, I'll show you guys some footage, or I showed you guys some footage, and but we got a lot more babies now, man. We've gotten a lot of people on Facebook that are asking if got a lot more people on Facebook asking if they can come out and visit the farm, and we absolutely love people who come out and visit the farm. I don't know how much footage we'll get of people visiting the farm, because you gotta ask them if they want to be part of the YouTube or go on it, video rights type of deal. But like I said, we had somebody come out. I'm gonna stop saying like I said eventually. We had somebody come out, it may have been this past weekend. We had them come out and bought some chickens from us, and we showed them the goat pastures and showed them the goats. And I think it was a mom, a dad, and a son and a daughter-in-law, if I'm not mistaken. Anyway, I may have had that completely wrong. Very, very nice people. We had them come out and we kind of showed them the pastures, and they petted the goats, and they saw the chickens, and they picked 4 chickens out that they wanted to go ahead and take back to their farm. And like I said, we absolutely enjoyed having them out and kind of showing them the farm. And if we gave them any information that they can use back at their place, I mean, that's awesome. That's why we're doing the channel, is so we can go ahead and trial. Loud chickens. Got too many of them to try to make a video out here at the barn. Hey you. Hey, shush. Trying to make a video. Shush. Loudmouth chickens. And now we got a rooster crowing. Anyway, like I said, that's the whole reason why we're making the channel, so we can go ahead and have people come in. We do the trial and error. You guys can learn from us. Like I said, I mean, there's been videos where we've asked you guys questions because we had no way, or we had no idea how to tackle the situation, tackle a problem, or tackle a new adventure that we wanted to get into. So you guys enjoy this video. This more or less is just going to be us kind of showing you what's happened the last couple days on the farm, and some baby footage, and some LaLa doing LaLa chores footage. And we got Nene, we got Patrick out here today. I got Monster. Dixie stayed at home. Ooh boy, dog, bundle of energy. That's what she is. So anyway, let's go out to the paddock.
Hey y'all, this is LaLa at LaLa Farm. Alright, so the movie makers, well, video makers, Rick and Little Rick, have tasked me today with doing a video. And so I'm just going to be walking around a little bit, showing you some of the babies, and talking to you about the babies. You're going to hear a lot of that crowing in the background. We've got two roosters that seem to forget what time of day it is. So they crow all day long instead of just in the morning. As you know, we're in the middle of kidding season. Actually, we're coming to an end. We've only got 2 left that we're waiting on. We're waiting on Tiny to deliver, and she's showing a few signs, not too much though. And we're also waiting on Jetta to deliver. Tiny is bred to Jarl, and Jetta is bred to Einar, and that'll bring the kidding season to an end on LaLa Farm. So we've got lots of babies running around. One thing I found that just really touches me is when I come out here at nighttime to kind of do a final check. And all the mamas and the babies are all laying together. You got mamas laying with their own babies off to the side a little ways, and all snuggled up and keeping warm. I made these boxes out of, well, I call them boxes. They're tubs that, they're feed bin tubs that I cut in half, and then just took them and attached them to one of the posts in the barn. And the babies get in there and snuggle up and keep warm. And see, you got it's one of our little bucklings from Rose. I shouldn't say little, he's our biggest boy that we've had. He's 9.5 pounds when he was born. He's quite a bit bigger now. So. And then Nene's gonna put the lid back on for us. Come out this morning, and it was 30 degrees. It was pretty cold. We had frost on the ground. We call that Florida snowfall. And come out to check, see how everybody was doing, do morning chores. Mamas are all standing around yelling for their babies. Well, all the babies were sandwiched inside of the tubs, all piled up on top of each other. And yeah, Nene was just telling me that she had 5 of them in one bucket this morning. So when I was kind of checking everybody, just want to make sure everybody did okay during the night, took the lid off, and you could just feel the heat coming up out of the top of the tub. And they had actually generated so much heat in there that it caused condensation across the top of the lid. So for those of you that are in colder climates, you might want to try it. We're in the extreme north part of Florida, so we're right on the Florida-Georgia line. So we get pretty cold where we're at. Plus, we're in quite a ways from the ocean, so it gets even colder out this way. But the babies do really, really well inside of these little tubs. They get right in there and snuggle up and keep each other warm. And I found that if I cut the tubs in half, because they're shorter, the heat builds up better and it keeps them warmer than using a full-size tub and just cutting the bottom out. They work pretty well for us. We do have some that we cut off, or that we did as full-size, and that we can put heat lamps in. I did that once because we had a mama deliver in the coldest, most rainiest, yuckiest day that we had, and her babies were, when we found them, were soaking wet and freezing cold. Both their temperatures were in the 90 range, or upper 90s range, and so we had to go ahead and find a way to keep them warm to where they could stay with mama, so that they were able to feed off from her, because I try my best to avoid bottle babies. I've had 2 that I helped supplement from one of our does that struggled a little bit. But after she got more milk coming in and was doing better and eating better, I went ahead and took them off the bottle, because I don't like to have to do that. I think they need as much natural nourishment from mama as they can get. And I don't know if you know this, but Rick stresses that we make things as easy as possible. He wants everything to flow smoothly. That's why we ended up with the automatic feeders that we have, our hay feeders, different things like that. So I'm just going to show you a few of our babies that we have. And we've got so many on the ground right now that I can't tell you exactly which ones are which. I'm getting better about that, but we've got quite a few, and I'll do my best to match them up to mamas as I come across them and try and give you an estimated age. Over here is one that has made me I'm really proud of her. She has done amazing. That's Sigrid, and she is just over a year old. She got bred really young because she got a little feisty and broke through the fence. Yes, she broke through the fence, not the buck. The doe broke through the fence so she could get in with Einar, who was in the breeding pen with the ones that we had selected. Well, she broke through the pen and got in there, and she was in there for less than 12 hours, and when I tested her, she came out positive for pregnancy. But I will say, I am really, really impressed with her. She's got an awesome bag, really good teat structure. She's still small because she's young. She's very young. But these are her two babies here. That's Freckles. Freckles is she's got spots everywhere, and she has made me so happy. We're keeping her. That's a definite. There's no question about that. And that's her sister, the little black and white one there. We haven't named her. Sigrid gave me 2 doelings. She delivered unassisted. She has been a phenomenal mama. Kept up with her babies really, really well. She's still got good body structure. Her condition is just great. She's done really, really well, and she keeps up with her babies. She knows where they are, and is always, watching out for them, and she'll go off by herself and eat and leave them in by the barn in the bucket, and then she'll come back for them. So she's pretty good. Every once in a while, like now, you'll hear her yelling because she hears other babies yelling for their mamas, and she'll start yelling too. So, but she's very attentive, and she's made me really happy. So Freckles here is, I'm so happy with her little spots. She's got her daddy's coloring, and she's got those freckles everywhere. And Rick named her Freckles. So she's good. This is our big boy. This is 3. And I can't remember his exact birth date. But he's growing out really, really well. Big, strong, great structure, good body condition. So Rick wants to go ahead and send him into the buck test. So the one in Mississippi. I think we're sending him and one other one that we have. This is Cloud. She's one of our older does. And she delivered a single. But I'm really happy with this baby. I know it's a single, you know, some people are, you know, kind of turned off by that. But her little baby here she's sired by Jarl. And I don't know if you can see or not. She got quite a bit of blue on her, which makes me really happy. Her legs are really blue towards the front when you're looking at her. So, so far, that's the only blue baby that Jarl's thrown. So, but yeah, she's a little cutie. So, she's calling for her mama. So, Cloud's very attentive mama. She's done this a bunch of times. So, and then over here, we have, that's Leia's baby. Leia, again, only through, she came from the same farm that Cloud came from. She's our matriarch. She's our older, she's one of our older does. Actually, I think she's the oldest one we have. And she is, she was bred to Jarl as well. She only had the one baby, but she had a doe, and she's a pretty good sized little girl. So, and her mama's pretty attentive too. She leaves her over here so she can go out and forage, and then she comes back and checks on her. As a matter of fact, there she is right there. There's Mama. Yeah, there's Mama. Coming to check on the baby. So, she's a good sized girl. So, we don't name them unless we intend to keep them. But we do tag them, and that's how they're referred to as P8 or B, whatever. Blue for boy, pink for girl. I know, but, you know, that's just makes it easier for me. So, and then the number that they're designated is the number that they were born on the farm. So she was our 8th doeling born on LaLa Farm, and she was pretty good size. Her mama did really good with her. We call it the birthing tree. It's a tree way out in the pasture, and Mama went out there and just decided she was going to birth her out there, and that's what she did. And but I was out there when she did it, and I watched her and everything, and she did really, really well. So, oh, here she comes, looking for her baby. Looking for her baby. This little girl, she's got blue eyes, and like I said, she's Jarl, one of Jarl's babies. She's more white, very little tiny bit of touch of blue on the top of her head, but you have to really look to see it in her. But her mama is solid white, so I think that's probably gonna stay that way. So, yeah, you want your mama? Okay. There she is, Mama. And there's Cloudy. She's I'm sorry, Leia. She's very attentive to her babies too. And if you'll notice, Leia has wattles, and her baby has a wattle. You can just barely feel it under there, but she's got a wattle too. So some people like them, some people don't. I don't think they're a big deal. They are what they are. So, and then here is Rick's nemesis, Rose. So her and her babies. I won't be able to get too close to her. She is very people shy. But this is one of her babies here. That's the doeling that she gave us. And this is one of her little bucklings. She's the one that delivered triplets. She had her, these two here, the little brown one and the little doeling there. Rose had triplets, and she was huge. Rose was. Sorry about that. Rose was huge. She was very big. So when she delivered, again, she went out to the birthing tree where the other ones did. And she had two babies that were 7.4 pounds each. That was the two that I just showed you, the doeling and the little brown buckling. And then she had another buckling who was the one that I showed you in the box earlier, the little Warman box there. And he was 9.5 pounds. So he was a big boy. And she delivered unassisted. Got the babies right up, cleaned them up. Everybody was nursing and doing fantastic. Didn't take long for her at all. So, but that's about it. There's a lot more babies running around, but as you can tell,